Om Shanti. So we will continue with Baba's Murli. So the second part of today's Murli. So yesterday Baba met two groups, meeting groups. And then the third group, Baba said, do all of you experience yourself to be souls who are worthy of being worshipped? From being worshippers, you have become worthy of worship, have you not? Those who are worthy of worship are always put somewhere high up. An idol that is to be worshipped will not be placed on the ground. So, where do you worthy of worship souls stay? You stay up above. On the path of bhakti too, worthy of worship souls are given so much regard. Since non-living idols are given so much regard, how much regard would there be for you? Do you know yourselves how much regard there is for you? To the extent that you are aware of the regard you have for yourself, others also give you regard. Baba says, the more I respect myself, the more I would earn respect from others. To have regard for yourself means constantly to experience yourself to be a great and elevated soul. So you don't sometimes become an ordinary soul from being a great soul, do you? A worthy of worship soul would always be worthy of being worshipped. It isn't that you are worthy of worship today, whereas tomorrow you are not. To be constantly worthy of worship means to be constantly great, right? So we may have an ordinary role, but Baba says our attitude, our sanskaras need not be ordinary. Baba says to be constantly special. Some of you children think that you are moving forward, but that others are not giving you regard for moving forward. What is the reason for this? It is because you don't always maintain regard for yourself. Those who maintain regard for themselves don't ask for regard from others, but automatically receive it. They have such a high vibration, such a beautiful presence that others will automatically have so much regard and respect for us. Those who are not constantly worthy of being worshipped do not always receive regard. If the idol were to fall from its position, or if it were placed on the ground, what value would it have? When an idol is placed in a temple, everyone worships it as something great. Therefore, constantly be seated in a position of greatness. That is, stay in a high position, do not come down. Greatness is what I experience within, not how people put me on a pedestal, but what I experience within. Baba says, sit in that high position. What speciality do people show in the world nowadays? Kill or be killed. Survival. Kill or be killed. This is the speciality they show nowadays. So here too, you are those who die in a second, not those who die slowly. एक झटके से मरना, instant death. Baba says, let it not be that you renounce attachment today, you renounce anger a month later, and you renounce attachment a year later. Let it not be like that. You are those who have become a sacrifice with one stroke. So, have all of you become a sacrifice that has died alive? Or are you sometimes alive and sometimes? There are sometimes cases where someone gets off the funeral pile. There are some incidences while being burned and then the body just stands up. He just wakes up at that time. All of you have died alive at one stroke, have you not? Just as in the world outside, those people have their own show. So you too have to reveal your own show in the subtle world. Always be seated. Always be worthy of worship, so that everyone continues to sing songs of praise of your every act and every virtue. Sing song means when people see us as an inspiration, when people see us as an example, they say, "Oh, see how patient, see how patient this soul is. See how tolerant, how cooperative. Let me also learn from this soul." So, sing song means to see us as a inspiration by other souls. To sing songs of praise means to praise you. If your acts are always elevated and worthy of worship, people will constantly sing devotional songs of praise about you. Whenever there is upheaval somewhere, reveal the wonders of the power of silence. During that upheaval, let it enter everyone's intellect that there is a Shanti Kund. No, Kund is a vessel in which a sacrificial fire takes place. There, become a Shanti Kund and spread the power of peace. When there is fire everywhere and there is coolness in one corner, everyone runs to that place of coolness. In the same way, become an embodiment of peace and give the experience of a Shanti Kund. So we are Shanti Kund. Now we are that fire of coolness. At that time, you cannot serve through words, but you can reveal yourself as a Shanti Kund through your mind. Such powerful vibration that people feel safe in your presence. And whenever they have any problem, the first thing is they want to connect with you. They say, "Oh, this soul will make me feel better. This soul will make me feel hopeful." So Baba says that is a Shanti Kund, vibration through the mind. Wherever of the ocean of peace live, let that place be sacred, peaceful place. Yeah? Our homes should be a sacred, peaceful place. When a perishable sacrificial fire can attract others to itself, it is impossible for your peaceful place not to attract others to it. Let everyone receive vibrations of finding peace there. So our homes also should be a Shanti Kund. And whoever comes, neighbors, relatives, they should experience peace in our residence. Create such an atmosphere. Let everyone come to you asking for peace. Sister, give us peace. Do such service. It's such a powerful service. Bapdada speaking to teachers, server teachers. Teachers mean service. To be a server means to be an embodiment of renunciation, tyag, and tapasya. There cannot be success where there isn't tyag and tapasya. With the cooperation of both tyag and tapasya, there is always success in service. Tapasya means to belong to one Baba and another. This is constant tapasya. Anyone who comes, let them now see you as a Kumari, but as a Tapasvi Kumari, a Yogi Kumari. Baba is telling, let the place you are staying be experienced as a sacred place of tapasya. So this will apply to everyone and not just Kumaris. The place I'm staying should be a sacred place of tapasya. It is good that they feel it is a good and pure place, but let it be experienced as a sacred place of tapasya. Those who come to a sacred place of tapasya will also become tapasvis. When you become the practical embodiment of tapasya, there will be cries of victory. People will bow down in front of your tapasya. They sing praise in front of the Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris, but they will bow down in front of the Tapasvi Kumars and Kumaris. Make it a sacred place of tapasya. And then see how the moths automatically come running. How souls get attracted and pulled by such a vibration. Tapasya is also a form of light, and moths automatically come running to the light. Your fortune of being service has been created. So now, claim a number in becoming Tapasvi Kumaris. Become great donor souls who constantly donate peace. At present, Bap Dada is especially drawing your attention to Mansa Seva, service through mind. Many powerful souls will be revealed by being served through words. Service through words will continue, but now make an addition of serving through pure thoughts. Become embodiments and serve to make others into embodiments. There is now a need for this. Let everyone's attention be drawn to this one point. The name will be glorified through this. Those who are embodiments of peace, embodiments of experience, will be able to grant an experience. Pay special attention to this. Through this, you will have to make less effort, but you will attain greater success. Less effort and more fruit. The mind transforms the land. Constantly continue to progress in this way. This is now the only way to progress. Mansa Seva, the only way to progress. Acha. So after Bap Dada had celebrated meeting the children for 12 hours, Baba used to meet 20 hours and 16 hours and 12 hours and started reducing, then 1 hour. He gave love and remembrance to all the children on Thursday at 6 a.m. Today, on this day of the omens of Jupiter, Bap Dada is giving love and remembrance to the elevated souls who have the line of elevated fortune of the omens of Jupiter. Omens of Jupiter is always in astrology is known as good luck, a lot of good fortune, a lot of good luck, a lot of success. The Father, the seed of the tree, has made the elevated fortune of all of you children imperishable. Imperishable means forever we are fortunate. With this imperishable fortune, you yourself will remain constantly full and will also continue to make others full. The day of the seed of the tree is the special memorial of the day that you children became filled with your teachings. On the day of the memorial of these teachings, Bap Dada as the teacher has the aim of making all of you children pass with full marks in all the subjects and thereby making you pass with honors and putting the same zeal and enthusiasm into others. With these teachings, he is giving you love and remembrance to make you full of all these teachings. Baba wants us to also be an embodiment of Gyan. In the form of the Father, the bestower of fortune, who has drawn your line of fortune of the omens of Jupiter, he is congratulating you for having a constantly elevated fortune. Acha, love, remembrance, and namaste. So there was a question. What awareness must you constantly have so that you never get disheartened in life? Answer. I am not an ordinary soul. I am a Shiv Shakti. Such high value, Baba wants us to also feel how important, how valuable I am. I am a Shiv Shakti. Baba is mine and I belong to Baba. Maintain this awareness and you will never experience loneliness. You will never be disheartened. You will constantly have zeal and enthusiasm. The meaning of Shiv Shakti is Shiva and the Shaktis are combined. Where there is the Almighty Authority Baba with 1,000 arms, zeal and enthusiasm is always there. Om Shanti. Such a beautiful Murli. So as I was, reading this Murli, there was two things really touched, strike, Tyag and Tapasya. Without Tyag, without renunciation, there can never be Tapasya. Remembrance will not be strong. And right before this class, there was one student, she came here. She's an Iranian. And I believe a lot of you knew about the fire that we had in LA. It was a huge fire. So this sister, her home was in the middle of the entire fire. Her home also, when they were telecasting the fire, her home was also in the news. So, and after coming, I was in Madhuban the whole time. The fire started on 7th of Jan, and it took more than a month for them to extinguish it. And there were so many fires, so many pockets of fire that happened. So I just met her today and I asked her, so what was your experience and everything? And before that fire happened, she was sharing this. And actually, after this, I wanted to ask you, if we have some time that we can allocate, we can host, we can invite her into this and really let her share. And every one of us, it's very inspiring to hear her first-hand experience, how Baba really protected her, and not once, not twice, but many times, how she survived that fire. We'll discuss, maybe if there is an opportunity in the future, we can definitely invite her. So, how Baba gave her that touching, leave now, leave. And this was like 3 days before the huge fire. And in past, whenever she would have a thought, she would like debate, oh, we'll wait and see until an evacuation order comes. But this time, a very strong thought came, like, leave. So she didn't bring much with her. She just took a jacket and she just took like a passport, some important documents, and she left. She has another home here in Wilshire, like 20 minutes away from Baba's house in LA. And when she arrived here, and then it was just 2 days, I think 2 days before, and then the huge fire came. And because the wind was very heavy, it was like 160 kilometers per hour wind. So the wind really pushed the fire to spread. And for 1 month, she couldn't find out if her house was still standing or burned down, because there was no communication, there was no electricity, nobody's allowed to enter that city. So for 1 month she was there and she had no clothes. She just had that one that she was wearing and a sweater. And then she was just, washing every day, and there was hardly any food. She couldn't prepare anything, stock up supplies. And that's when she realized, really, to live you don't need much. Like, she became a minimalist. And a lot of things she had to tyag because, she's a bit like a rich family. So comfort and luxury, was always there for her. But now all of a sudden, everything was stripped out. You know, your comfort food, your clothes, your bed, your necessities, everything was stripped out. And then you had to live there 1 month away from your home, and you don't even know if your house is standing or not. And then after that 1 month, then she found out that her house and just a few other neighboring house was standing, and all the other homes in that community was burned down to the ashes. And her house is in the mountain. So the trees were burned down, the homes, there were 10,000 homes, I think, was burned down. And then there were about, of course, there's a lot of community. There was like about 20, 25 people left body, especially they were all the disabled people and who were sick. The firefighters couldn't get to them on time. So, because the fire was too fast and too strong, so they were burned. But of course, the community there is much large. And such level of gratitude towards Baba, how Baba just protected her home and another maybe 2, 3 homes that is around her, and all the other homes were burned down in the hills, and it's all just black sand there. So then when she went in, she had to clean the home because so much ashes. And then again, a week later, there was a huge thunderstorm, a lot of rain. 1 or 2 weeks later, after that fire, huge rain. And again, the alert came, you have to evacuate again. So this time, she got a few clothes and she was more prepared. Then she said, I listen. As soon as I feel a very strong touching from Baba, I didn't take time. I didn't wait. I just left. And it was a huge torrential rain that came. But that now, it was amazing for me to see, because I knew her for like more than 20 years. And from her before and her now, like I'm seeing her for the first time after coming back from Madhuban, a lot of realization and a lot of disinterest, you know, whether it's in technology, whether it's in fashion, whether it's in food. She became very simple, and her thinking and not too much planning, just be in the moment, what needs to be done now. Her changing has, her thinking pattern has changed, her living necessities has changed. And now she feels, despite all this, all that happened, now when I connect with Baba, I can have more clarity in my connection with Baba. Like tapasya, when Baba says tapasya, because I'm needing less. And when I'm needing less, I feel that the mind and the heart is more clear for tapasya, to connect with Baba. And she said before I couldn't sleep fast. I used to toss and turn, toss and turn. But now as soon as my head touches the pillow, I'm gone. And she said, I get a lot of dreams, and in these dreams, I feel Baba is giving me a lot of messages or answers. And then when I wake up, then I just act on it. So there's such a level of clarity. And that was, it was like a learning lesson. But of course, we don't need to wait for some natural calamity or some tragedy to happen in our life in order for us to be disinterested. So it's a learning lesson for us. Without tyag, we cannot have a good tapasya, because so many things will be pulling our mind, whether it's people, whether it's materials, even task. So many things will be pulling us. And another aspect that Baba was saying, giving regard. And the first person that I need to give so much regard is myself, because I am living with me throughout to the end of my life. People come and go. We say people are like passing clouds, come and go. But if I cannot have such contentment and such gratitude for myself and respect, dignity for me, then I'm always expecting. I may not say it out, I may not spell it out to people, but I'm always expecting to be appreciated by others. I would always expect for some form of attention, whether, say, if I send a message to somebody, if they don't read or answer me, then I feel I could be ignored. Or if somebody is not answering my call, I say, oh, I'm being ignored. Or when somebody don't smile at me, and I say, oh, I'm feeling I'm being ignored. These are all signs that I haven't learned to have such deep respect and acceptance for the role that I'm playing. Drama gave us this role, no matter what, maybe tragedy or trauma we've experienced in our life before or now, whatever challenges, whatever decisions we've made, we could think, oh, I've done a lot of mistakes in my life, but let's not even see that as mistake. Let us see that as lessons. I said, okay, as per that time, I had to do all of that, so I learned. And all of that incidents is like a string, they could be happened at a different time in my life, but all of that is like a string. It's all interconnected. And all of that is molding, shaping me on how to think and how to act. But if I see it as a negative incidence, then my attitude becomes a bit bitter. Then I may lose faith in myself. I could be always criticizing myself. But if I see it as a learning curve, I said, okay, I had to do that so I can learn this. And thank you. Thank you, drama. Thank you, life, for teaching me all this. Even though I had to make those choices and act on it, but if I hadn't done it that way, I wouldn't have realized. So that level of attention, when I'm able to give myself that regard, then naturally, I'll be so flexible, easy nature, very light. And whoever I go, wherever I go, whichever gathering, whoever comes into my company, they can feel, that lightness. And even if they could be a very chanchal, chanchal, like very fluctuating nature, sudden mood change, even if they are like that type of soul, sudden anger, sudden irritation, sudden impatience, when they come in our energy, because our energy is a bit calm, you can pull them to your energy instead of me moving up to their energy. Bring them to your energy. You know? Yes, Kelly Javan, you want to share?
Om Shanti, sister.
Shakti.
I was just coming back to today's Murli. You know, it was such a great coincidence. You read the last paragraph, the 12 hours Murli. And if you see, this
Mm.
Murli started on Wednesday and then it ended on Thursday. And how coincidentally, also, you also started the Murli on Wednesday yesterday, and it is ending today. Sometimes, these kind of coincidences of the Murlis, which really hits me to say, what does Baba want us today? It was perfect. I also wanted some people who have gone through these 12 hours, because I have heard some experiences throughout the night, and then the next morning, instead of saying good night, Baba says good morning. What are the children? Because I know generally it was in the form of groups. Shivratri, okay, I have heard till 12:31, but I would wanted to know about this. This is what, coming back to the Murli, I wanted to share. Otherwise, my point I have already, what was there, churning, I have already put it in the chat box. I am a wow soul. I think I like that one part. And everything about a worthy of worship soul, which Baba has explained in that paragraph, is wonderful. Next, of course, the two word, and that's got a deeper meaning, tyag and tapasya. I think these are the takeoffs for me, which I would like to work. I mean, from the Murli, these two things were absolutely thing, and especially the coincidence of Bab Dada meeting 12 hours, and exactly on Thursday he says, and it's so coincidentally what you're reading. Maybe you were chosen for it, I think, to read it. That also hit me. Real omen of Jupiter is there
Mhm.
on all the club members. Om Shanti.
Definite. There was a few times I was also there in Madhuban when Baba had this 12-hour Murli. Of course, I was a child at that time. And when I was a kid, of course, I've only gone in December because that's our school holidays. So I've only attended December 31st Milan Murli. So like 7 p.m. Baba would come, and then it will go up to stretch until the next day morning. But I think maybe not 12 hours, because I remember the latest in when I was there, the latest that Baba left was like around 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. But it's amazing, has so much energy. And as a kid, I would sit through, and then after that, I would be dozing. And then Baba would, when Baba would ask the double foreigners to stand, and then Baba would ask the children to stand, and then we would stand, and that attention that Baba uh, would give, and the children, they would make us sit in the center, so like as if we can see Baba directly. And it feels like every time when Baba would see, it's like goosebumps. You feel as if you're so far from stage, and I will have to look at the screen to see Baba's eyes. But it really feels like Baba is really watching, and then Baba is just nodding, smiling, and nodding. And I feel like at that time, whatever I'm thinking, Baba is reading my mind. And I feel every time when Baba is nodding, it's like as if he's captured my thoughts. And that energy, I think I started going Madhuban, maybe I was like 8 years old. And until then, I couldn't say so much in words, but I just feel as if Baba, when people would go up and have a private, like a avyakt meeting, like go on stage and take drishti from Baba. Sometimes I wonder, Baba, why in this birth you didn't give me that opportunity to go up on stage and have drishti direct from you? And I felt, there was once I had that strong thought. I said, Baba, when I had the chance to be in the gathering when you were there, why drama, as per drama, I didn't get the opportunity to go up. But then I felt during one Amrit Vela, those scenes of, Baba's eyes giving that drishti, Baba said, I felt as if Baba was saying, do you really need to be physically in front of me in order to feel? Can you not feel me? Then I said, it felt Baba's drishti is not so limited that I need to be on stage. I can even capture it now. So even now, when I would see Baba's Milan Murlis, in the video, even if it's just video, but you can see when Baba's moving his head, and then when that eye is straight in that video looking through, oh, I'll get goosebumps. I remember those days. Yes, Baba, you are giving drishti to me. You are sitting here in front of me. And I feel, yes, I am a lucky child. I am a lucky child. The fact that I'm able to experience you and not to even think that this is a video and you're just sitting here live in front of me and you're talking to me, that itself is a very big gift. Yes, Baba, I'm fortunate. So that, that is like giving regard to the self. And we can always find ourselves fortunate for many reasons. Maybe some of us may not have seen Dadis, or maybe some of us may not have been there for Avyakt Murli, but it is impossible for you to say that you never felt fortunate. I don't think anyone here, any of Baba's children, ever would say that they never felt fortunate. This is the magic of Baba. No matter when a soul came, no matter in what condition that yajna is, and at that time the soul came, Baba can give every soul such intimate vibration and attention that the soul feels deeply fortunate. And we just need to remember that. The more I remember, the more I would regard my role, you know, and the more I regard my role, the more I can be so easy and flexible with others. No matter how tough their attitude or sanskar is, even then I can feel so easy with them and so light. Right? Anyone else wants to share? Anyone feels touched? Anything feels touched from today's Murli?
Shanti, sister. So Baba says the mind transforms the land. So that, so it's all based on the thinking. So it clearly, gives that how much importance that we have to, give for the self to transform the thought pattern. So, because it is through the thought, right, that the new world is created. And not just that, according to our thought, the quality of thought, its vibration is also spreading. So, I mean, it really requires a lot of attention to it. Just setting a new pattern, right? Basically, so once we create a pattern with putting some effort and paying extra attention, and then I think gradually we will be on that path, right? And we will definitely get new thoughts or new food from the Murli to churn about, which will eventually keep the mind busy.
Yeah. And then Baba says that we should be Shanti Kund. We are the walking mobile Shanti Kund. In our
Correct.
homes, our places should be Shanti Kund. We felt that here at the LA Center when the fire broke out. People were getting very agitated and fearful. And many souls came to Baba's house. They wanted to, talk, or they just wanted to sit in Baba's room. So at that time, we had to make sure we had like stock supply, to feed people, and spending that time. That time they don't need gyan. Like just spending the time with them, having, they just need somebody that they can just pour their heart out and their insecurities. So just sit there and listen and just remembering Baba, and just while that soul is either crying or breaking down or in fear, and just silently listening, but at the same time just connecting with Baba inside, very silently sending vibration to that soul. And then after some time, you see the soul just starts calming down, and then give, both to them, and then they eat. And then after that, send them, Baba's with you. Don't worry. If there is anything, Baba will signal you ahead of time. And then telling them, okay, what are the preparations they need to keep? Keep an emergency bag, your clothes, some cash, some food, like, dried food. And then your important documents, just keep the bag ready. Or if you feel like, okay, there's so much smoke, fume around, okay, then go to someone's home, your friends or your relatives, or even Airbnb. Don't stay there, because a lot of them were asthma patients too. And the fire wasn't like in their vicinity, but the smoke, the ashes were flying because of the wind. So he said, and then they were thinking twice. Should I, should I leave the house, or should I just stay? I didn't have any evacuation order yet from from the police, but they said, no, don't think. If you feel you want to leave, then go. So in that sense, everyone, and even I saw souls that I have not seen for more than 17 years in Baba's home or in any of Baba's programs. 17, 18 years, I've not seen them. And when this fire came, the first thing came in their mind, safe place is Baba's center. The only place that they will be safe is in Baba's center. And they all came. Throughout the day, people came. And of course, and whoever comes to Baba's home, we don't judge them or say, oh, we've not seen you. Know that time, keeping the heart and the center open. Okay, whoever come. Whoever wants, whatever vibration or sustenance they want to take from Baba, however center can help. So we helped. And the thing is, we couldn't let anyone stay in the center, because even for us, we got an evacuation notice. So they would send us, the security, the police would send 3 notices. First is a evacuation notice. It means they said, you are in the area where the fire is, is there. And then second is again another evacuation notice. The second notice is saying that, okay, be prepared, keep everything ready, whatever you need, your necessities, medicines, cash, because even that time credit card wouldn't work. In that area, all the banks and post offices and insurance companies, everything burned down, everything to the ashes. So we kept our bags ready. And then if you get the third is an evacuation order, you have to run, you have to leave. It means your house is in a danger zone. The fire is approaching you. Then you need to run. So thank God, Papa's home here, we received just an evacuation notice, the first notice. So we didn't have to leave the house yet, but we couldn't let anybody stay in Papa's home. Who knows if we have to evacuate too? So we told everyone, you can spend time here, but even we got a notice. So they came, so they didn't, whatever, by then, whatever that the strength, the ball or the nourishment, the food, whatever they needed, Baba was able to provide. And then that soul left feeling more hopeful, more clear of what they need to do. And then they left. So when I read this Murli, Baba's talking about Shanti Kund. We must be the mobile Shanti Kund, a walking tower of peace, the walking sacrificial fire that people feel safe. Whatever problem they are encountering, at least when they come to us, or the first thing when they have any problem is they think about you. Oh, let me approach you. I will feel better. I will get more answers. So that is a sign that your vibration is making a difference, that your presence is making a difference. And then Baba also said, keeping our homes a Shanti Kund. That means how much our atmosphere needs to, be so powerful. Not just center, but every home should be a tower of peace. Every home should be so divine that people, when they come, they feel Baba's presence. They feel that energy. They may not be able to say how they are feeling or what they are feeling, but let them feel Baba through you. Right? So that was the sharing. And Raki Ben, maybe you can discuss with the group if we can just have one session with this student who survived that fire, and she can share, a lot of first-hand experiences. It's very encouraging, and how Baba helped, and that realization. So if it is something that all of you like, then we can organize a class.
Yeah, sure, sister. We look forward to arrange that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you can let me know, and I will let the student know.
Sure. Thank you.
So do we go into meditation, or is there any other last sharing anyone wants to do before we end? No?
So
Shanti, sister.
come back again to the Murli. There's just one sentence after listening to your personal experiences and all. Baba is trying to make us Sakshatkar Murat. That is the way which is going on now, I think. People want experiences. I mean, not we, I mean the outside world. They want experiences. That's why Baba says, become a Shanti Kund, become that. So just one word also, other than wow soul, what I take from today's Murli is Baba wants each one of his child to be Sakshat Murat. He wants each one to reveal ourselves. So many things, giving regard and all. As I said, that whole paragraph on that wow soul, worthy of worship, gives you a lot of lessons. So he's making us each into Sakshatkar Murat, because that's what is going to really attract people and bring them closer to one, which is tapasya. Tapasya is just, I belong to one, but none. And I like this tyag and tapasya. Renunciate to belong. So that's why I changed the word in the chat box. It's not Raja Rishi, it is Rishi Raj. Renunciate and then become a king. Om Shanti.
I think Vinod Pai wanted to share something.
Yes, thanks. Thank you, sister. Shanti. I was realizing as Baba was giving this points of self-respect as to, I think that's a neutral state we're all enjoying the truth. That is the neutrality. And it every time it comes up, I feel like I'm being brought to that center where I experience my natural nature, which I actually like because I've been realizing how carried out by the forces of the work outside and sometimes not being able to continue. So I feel that I'm always pulled and brought back to the center of gravity. It's like the nature of the soul, and that's the only way I can stay grounded in a way, I feel, because uh, be it too good or too bad, we tend to think about that and reach to that energy level. I mean, as Baba also mentioned, and you also rightly mentioned yesterday, it is very true. As we're thinking about somebody's good or somebody's bad, we are leaving our true nature. That seat of self-respect, you know, which is very essential to be original. And Baba again reminded that, and I feel that yes, it's so essential. I should practice more and more. And thank you. Yeah.
Shanti. Acha. So we go into meditation now, right? Vijit Pai.
Yeah, sure.
Acha. So let us sit comfortably. And let us visualize that we are in Madhuban, in Baba's hut. Baba is sitting in front of us, and I am sitting in front of Baba. And as both of our eyes meet each other, I feel Baba is giving so much love and respect to me. As I look into Baba's eyes, it feels as if Baba knows how Baba and Rama is going to use me for a higher purpose in service. And I see Baba gently smiling at me. And Baba saying, trust in yourself. You have a lot of talent, specialities that Baba is going to use to touch many others. Trust how important you are for this family. And trust how valuable your presence in Yajna and wherever you are staying. Baba is with you. Baba is using you. Trust in yourself and trust Baba. And Baba gently extends his right hand as if Baba is signaling me to place my hand on his. And when I place my hand in Baba's hand, Baba holds me tightly. And Baba says, you and me will always be together. I cannot serve without you, and you cannot live without me. We are meant to be together. You are my responsibility. I'm watching you, feeding you, guiding you, and I take full responsibility of you and your life. Just surrender to me, and I will take care of you. And when I hear this and see how tightly Baba is holding my hand, I feel like a little child with no worries, no overthinking, just allowing Baba to show the way. And I say, yes, Baba, I am always at your service. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for being proud of me and making me feel very important. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Very beautiful meditation. Thanks a lot.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Venuben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a blissful day.